Hi, and welcome to Our Folded Homestead. I'm Heather, and this is my sister,
Rachel, and we're going to show you how to make our quick and easy 30-minute bread dough.
So we're going to start our bread dough by proofing the yeast. Add the honey to warm water, add the yeast to that, and stir. Leave the yeast mixture on the counter to rise for 5 to 10 minutes. You'll know when it's ready when it has a foamy cap on top. Meanwhile, Rachel's going to mix the dry ingredients, salt and flour. When the yeast is proofed, add the yeast, oil, and eggs to the dry ingredients. The dough will seem very wet at first, and that's alright. You want the dough to appear like a shaggy mixture. Flour your countertop well and get ready to knead. While I'm working the dough, I want to take a moment to tell you that this recipe was originally from Three Rivers Homestead on YouTube. I adapted it and changed a few things to fit my needs. Feel free to adapt this recipe in any way you need. Here's a tip. When you're working with bread dough, make sure to put a lot of flour on your hands to keep your fingers from sticking to the bread dough. When I knead, I fold the dough towards me and then push it away from me, turning it each time. Alright, at this point, this dough can be turned into so many different things. This has been pizza dough, it's been sandwich bread, it's been cinnamon rolls, dinner rolls, cheese sticks, you name it. Anything that has a dough, this can be that. So what are we making today?
We will be making dinner rolls and cinnamon rolls, I think.
Yeah? Sounds good, let's go. These braided sub-sandwich rolls are my family's absolute favorite. We're going to start by dividing our lump of dough in half. We'll save the other half for later. Divide the remaining half into 5 or 6 equal pieces. Pull the lumps of dough from either side and stretch them till they're about 8 inches long. Take a knife or a bench scraper or even kitchen scissors and cut 3 strips. Now, while leaving the dough lying on a flat surface, braid the strands together carefully. It's important that they stay flat and don't twist. When you reach the bottom of the braid, pinch the end together and tuck it under. And there you have it. Occasionally, I like to egg wash these and put everything bagel seasoning on the top before I bake them. But this batch will stay plain. These dinner rolls are so light and fluffy and delicious. They would be amazing at Thanksgiving dinner or just with a hot bowl of soup. So I'm using the remaining half of the dough that we left over earlier, and I'm going to divide it in half, and then in half again, and then in half again, and again until I have 8 pieces. I'm going to begin to work each lump of dough into a dinner roll shape by folding the ends over and over again towards itself, creating one spot at the bottom that I will pinch together, and that will be the bottom of the dinner roll that will set on the pan. This part is much more fun if you can recruit a sister for some help. Fold them over and over again and over again, then pinch the bottom and turn it upside down. Remember to add more flour as needed to keep your hands from sticking to the dough. For a variation on these dinner rolls, you could score the tops of the rolls once they've risen, or you could add an egg wash on the top and add everything bagel seasoning or poppy seed or anything that looks good to you on top. Cinnamon rolls are another favorite in our house, so I'm going to start by showing you how to make the filling, because you'll need to have that prepared in advance. We just take 2 parts of sugar to 1 part cinnamon and mix it together. Most of my recipes are measured by eye, or as Grandma used to say, measure with your heart. The consistency of the butter is the most important for the filling. You'll want to have it softened, but not too soft. If it's too runny, then it will just fall right off your cinnamon rolls, and if it's too hard, then it won't spread. So I'm going to take about 3 or 4 tablespoons of the sugar mixture and mix it in with my butter. And again, you're looking for a good consistency, not an exact measurement. This is a ball of dough that was prepared the previous day. It does really well if you put it in the refrigerator overnight and then leave it to rise for an hour or so on the countertop at room temperature. And again, we're using about half of the full dough mixture. We'll save another half for later. So Rachel is just going to roll our cinnamon rolls out into a square shape, make it nice and big, and get it about as square as you can. But don't worry if it's not perfect. Now take your cinnamon roll filling mixture and spread it generously on the dough. You can use as much or as little as you like here, but if you use too much, your rolls won't roll right. Start rolling by folding one edge of the dough over and continue folding the edges over itself. It's more of a folding motion than a roll. Squaring up the ends like I'm doing here helps to get bigger cinnamon rolls when you cut them. Slice your cinnamon rolls about 1.5 inches thick, but feel free to go as thick as you like. If you like big cinnamon rolls, cut them bigger. If you like little cinnamon rolls, cut them smaller. Now here's the secret to perfectly soft cinnamon rolls. Pour a little half and half or heavy cream over your cinnamon rolls before you bake them. Here I'm using my whole raw goat's milk. Make sure to get the milk or cream between all of the cracks between the cinnamon rolls. Now to make the frosting. Our frosting recipe starts with powdered sugar, but if you don't have powdered sugar at home, or if you don't like buying powdered sugar from the store because of additives or any other reason, you can make yours easily at home by just grinding some sugar in a coffee grinder or a blender. Rachel's going to mix about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup with the sugar and about a half a tablespoon of water. We're looking for more of a consistency here than an exact measurement. Remember to go easy when you add the water and maple syrup in. You can always add more in later, but it's hard to take it back out once your frosting is too wet. I hope all of you out there enjoy this bread dough recipe as much as we do. Remember to have fun with this and get creative. This bread dough can be anything you want it to be. Let me know in the comments if you try this recipe, and have fun baking. Here comes the boy. Look at the tail. Hello, Mr. Man. I don't have attention for you right now. You have to get off the table. Okay. Okay. It actually didn't change that much. Mister, you're kind of getting in the way of things. You're a good man, though. Don't forget to check out our new children's book. Nan's Raven Mascot and the One-Room Schoolhouse is based on Romans 8:28. It is a precious story of how God works all things together for good. It's available now at your favorite online bookstores, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Walmart.com.